Okay, everyone, we're in Logan at my girlfriend's quilt shop. Yeah, Barb's like, did we start already? We totally started already. So if she flubs up a little bit, it's my fault. Anyway, we are here to learn a little bit more about binding. So without further ado, here's Barb.
Let's do it. Hey, Carillisa, I'm going to show you the tips and tricks of binding your quilt. I do not like to hand stitch. Never do, never will. But I like to bind on my quilt. I've made a little mini quilt block here for you to see. This is the right side. I have stitched my binding to the back side. I use a binding that's a 2.5 inches. A lot of people like to do 2 1/4. I do 2.5. And I wanted to show you how to turn corners. Now, this is the typical way that you would do a regular corner, but I'm going to show you how I use my stylus. This is my very favorite tool, a stylus. Stiletto. I called it a stylus. It's a stiletto by Annie. This is a great tool. I love it. So I'm set up in my 1/4 inch stitch. I'm going to use the edge of my foot as my guide, and I'm sewing on a soprano. So there we go. And I'm also, by request, using a contrasting thread so you can see where I'm stitching. And I'm going to go crooked just because you're in my face here, Carillisa. It's a little hard. All right, just like a normal quilt, I'm going to stitch to about a 1/4 inch from the edge, cut my threads, and then...
Oh, you did stitch crooked.
Oh, there I go.
Sorry, Barb.
Sorry. It's okay. It's all in the viewer here. All right, so now I have...
Hello, Suzanne, and hello, Mary Mata from Texas.
All right, so now I have made my corner up here. I'm going to put it back under, and I want you to get up here, and I'm going to just stitch crooked. Just go for it. And I'm going to go fast because I want to get around this. And someone else commented the last time I did this, well, why don't you join your edges? Because this is not an edge joining video. We're just going to show you how to bind it. And that is probably something that you have your way of doing, and that is great. All right, a couple of things I want to show you before I start here. I am using invisible thread in my bobbin because now I'm going to go to the front of my quilt and I'm going to stitch this down. And I don't want that thread on the back to show.
Happens to me all the time.
Yeah, well, it's not going to happen today. You'll see. All right, and then I'm going to change my foot. This is the regular foot that comes on my machine. This is my utility foot. Now I have 3 choices, and people have asked me about these. I have the edge joining foot, I have the blind hem foot, and I have the stitch in the ditch foot. And I'm going to show you the differences on those. The blind hem foot has this little bar behind it. If you can see that.
Yep.
If you try to do a decorative stitch, it's going to hit that bar. You really can't do it. This one,
like a serpentine?
Right. This one is your edge joining foot. This does not have that bar behind it. It's perfect. This one is your stitch in the ditch foot. You've got one tiny little hole to work with. I mean, I don't like that one. Plus,
in a pinch. Could you use it in a pinch?
If you are going to use just one stitch, one straight stitch, it might work, but then you have to look right here. This little bar right here catches on my fabric when I try to do this particular binding. This one, the blind hem foot, this one is also, see that point right there? It catches on my fabric. And if I'm going over a piece like that I have joined together, it will catch it. And on the corners, it will catch it. This one sometimes will catch it, but more often than not, it doesn't.
It's shaped totally different.
It is totally different. So I'm going to put these 2 feet aside.
Hello, Carmen.
And this is the foot I'm using right now. It's called the edge joining foot. This is primarily made for baby lock. If you have another kind of machine, it may have a foot like this, like a Janome, Bernina, all those other brands. They do have this foot. They just maybe have a different name. All right, so now I'm going to put my foot on because I'm all ready to go. Okay, now I'm going to, that little bar right there, I'm going to line that up with the fold of my fabric. And I'm using contrasting thread so you can really see what I'm doing. I am also going to use my stiletto here to keep my fabric in place, and I am going to keep it in my 1/4 inch right needle position. So right from the edge of my foot, my other foot would have been 1/4 inch, but it's going to ride right along the inside of that. Now watch and see what happens. Boy, Carillisa, you and I got to learn to work together here.
I know, I'm right in your bubble.
You are. No, you're making it hard for me to see, but that's okay. You guys will be happy. See how I can just pick that fabric up and move it? This is textured. I love it. It's more than just a stiletto. I can pick up fabric. It's like another finger.
It won't get,
It
won't cry, it won't bleed.
It won't. It won't. Definitely won't bleed. Okay, I'm getting to a corner down here. Boy, this is hard. Sorry, Carillisa, it's just a little tough. All right, I'm getting close to the corner. Now, I want that to be a nice mitered edge. I'm going to raise my foot. Now, this is the part I want you to see. Now, with my stiletto, I'm going to fold that fabric back. Do you see how that happens?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then I have my perfect corner. See that? Put my foot down again. I hope you guys could see that. Now, if by chance you can see my foot is kind of catching on my corner, I will just lift my foot, put it back down. And my stiletto holds that in place. And when I get to the right spot, I'm just going to turn and go around. And now I'm going to go again. I'm going to show you one more corner here. I just love how this comes together.
I'm glad you're doing another corner because I think I got a better focus on it now.
Okay, good. I like to hear that. And maybe it's in a better place where I can see better.
This is going to be, you know, we love the live.
Yep, we do. All right, so now I'm into the corner again. I want to now fold my thing back in. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Take my stiletto and kind of, see, I'm just going to push that back inside. See how I just push that back inside? Then lift that one over, and that one is ready. Do you see how easy that was? Do you want me to do that again?
Yes, because I got fuzzy again.
Okay, so now I'm going to take that, push it back, and then I'm going to lift it over with my stiletto to where I want it to be. Boy, I have to catch that. All right, there I go. Put my foot down.
Every time your hand goes in there, my
sorry.
focus changes.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, all of you who are trying to watch this. I am not a professional.
Okay, now I'm ready to turn the corner again.
Good
All right,
grief.
I'll go past, a little bit past it.
There we go. I am now in focus.
How's that working?
Beautiful.
Okay, now I'm going to actually just cut it and move off. I want you to see what it looks like.
On the back, right?
Look at those corners. Look at that. Is that beautiful?
It is beautiful.
Is that a great? All right, now I have my invisible thread on the back. You really can't control where that needle is going to go up and down in the back and where that fabric is on the back. So having the invisible threading, you can see it's really nice right here. And right here it gets a little wider. That's why I'm using the invisible thread. And if by chance I sewed into the fabric, it's not going to show.
I sew into the fabric every time I do this.
Well, you won't have to. And there you go. And there you have a perfect binding or top stitch. So you can use this for other things. If you're making a bag and you want to top stitch, say the strap, or if you're doing top stitching on anything, this wonderful edge joining foot not only joins fabrics, but it top stitches beautifully. So I want you to give it a try. Carillisa, are you going to try it?
Absolutely.
Of course you are.
Every day.
All right, and tomorrow we'll do something different. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Barb. Hello, everyone. And goodbye, everyone.